kingdoms of Ọ and Ife had always stood as shining beacons of Yoruba culture and tradition, each renowned for its might and wisdom. For generations, their kings ruled with honor, maintaining peace and upholding the sacred laws of the land. But peace is a fragile thing, easily shattered by ambition, pride, and betrayal. This is the tale of Alaafin Ogunmola, the wise and just king of the Ọ Empire, and Oba Adéjọ, the young, fiery ruler of Ife. Once allies, these two rulers found themselves locked in a bitter war, their kingdoms torn apart by a conflict neither could afford to lose. The desecration of the sacred forest. The seeds of war were sown in the ancient forest of Ile-Ife, a sacred place said to house the spirits of the Yoruba gods. The forest was a neutral ground, a symbol of unity and shared heritage between the kingdoms. But one fateful night, its peace was shattered. When the priests of Ife entered the forest at dawn, they found it desecrated, trees uprooted, sacred carvings defaced, and offerings scattered. To the priests it was an act of war, a direct insult to their gods. The blame fell squarely on Ọ. Alaafin Ogunmola, shocked and enraged by the accusations, denied any involvement. "We have no reason to desecrate what we hold sacred," he declared to the emissaries of Ife. But his words fell on deaf ears. Oba Adéjọ, young and ambitious, seized the moment to rally his people. "They have disrespected us," he roared in his palace. "They seek to destroy our heritage and claim our lands. We will not stand idly by." The drums of war. With war declared, both kingdoms prepared for battle. Alaafin Ogunmola summoned his trusted general Ogunwusi, a warrior of unmatched skill and loyalty. "We fight not for conquest but for survival," the Alaafin told him. "Lead our men with honor." In Ife, Oba Adéjọ turned to his secret weapon, Baba Sango, a sorcerer feared for his dark magic. "The gods favor us," Adéjọ declared, though many whispered it was not the gods but Sango's black arts that gave him confidence. The battlefield was set. Vast plains separated the two kingdoms, their armies marching toward an inevitable clash. A warrior from Ife with a heart full of pain and vengeance. Her father, a revered soldier, had fallen in a skirmish with Ọ forces. She swore to avenge him, her resolve unshakable, until she met Ogunwusi. During a nighttime raid, their paths crossed. Ogunwusi spared her life, moved by her bravery. In that moment, something unexpected sparked between them, a connection that defied the hatred between their kingdoms. But their love was forbidden, a secret that could cost them everything. Torn between loyalty to Ife and her growing feelings for Ogunwusi, Oluwaseun faced a choice that would shape the fate of the war. The first major battle erupted under stormy skies, fitting for the chaos that unfolded. Baba Sango, invoking his dark powers, summoned thunderstorms to terrify the Ọ soldiers. Lightning crackled and rain poured, turning the battlefield into a muddy quagmire. But Ogunwusi, undeterred, rallied his men. "Do not fear their tricks," he shouted over the roar of the storm. "We fight for honor, for Ọ, for our king." His words inspired his warriors to press forward, clashing with Ife forces in a brutal melee. The battle raged for hours, each side gaining and losing ground. As the sun set, the field was littered with fallen warriors, the air thick with the stench of blood and rain-soaked earth. In the midst of the war, Oluwaseun and Ogunwusi met again, this time as adversaries. She raised her sword, her heart pounding with anger and sorrow. "You spared me once," she said, her voice trembling, "but I cannot do the same." Ogunwusi lowered his weapon. "Then strike, if that is what you must do," he replied. "But know that this war will destroy us all." Her sword wavered. She saw not an enemy, but a man who shared her pain, her longing for an end to the bloodshed. Unable to strike, she fled, tears streaming down her, culminated in a final, decisive battle at the sacred forest. Both kings led their forces, determined to claim victory. The forest, once a symbol of unity, now bore witness to the ultimate confrontation. As the armies clashed, the ground seemed to tremble with the fury of the gods. Baba Sango unleashed his most powerful spells, but even his magic could not stop the tide of battle. Ogunwusi, leading a charge, confronted the sorcerer directly, breaking his staff and ending his reign of terror. With their magical advantage gone, the Ife forces began to falter. Oba Adéjọ, realizing defeat was near, challenged Alaafin Ogunmola to single combat. "Let the gods decide," he declared. The two kings fought fiercely, their weapons clashing like thunder. In the end, Ogunmola emerged victorious, but he spared Adéjọ's life. "Let this war end here," he said. "Enough blood has been shed." The war was over, but its scars remained. The sacred forest damaged became a symbol of reconciliation. Alaafin Ogunmola and agreed to rebuild it to build it together, vowing to honour their shared heritage. Ogunwusi and Oluwaseun, their paths forever intertwined, chose to walk away from the kingdom, seeking a life free from war and hatred. Their story became a legend, a reminder of the cost of conflict and the power of love. In the end, the gods of the Yoruba lands smiled upon their people and peace was restored, though the echoes of war would never be forgotten. This is the tale of blood and thunder, the war of the Yoruba Kings, a story of power, betrayal, and the enduring hope for peace. Let it serve as a reminder of the strength found in unity and the devastation wrought by division. Thank you for watching Seen and Heard Stories. If you enjoyed this tale, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more captivating African folktale stories. See you in the next story.